Two lives, one gospel. St. Vincent and St. Marianne Cope. This reflection is prepared by Father Abe Francis, pastor at St. Jude Church, Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. St. Vincent and St. Marianne Cope, servants of Christ in love and sacrifice. St. Vincent, deacon and martyr, birth and early life. St. Vincent was born in Spain in the late 3rd century, likely in Huesca or Zaragoza. From a young age, he was formed in the Christian faith and showed a deep love for scripture, service, and prayer. He was ordained a deacon and served faithfully under Bishop Valerius of Zaragoza. His call and ministry as a deacon, Vincent was entrusted with proclaiming the gospel and caring for the poor and the church's goods. He served with humility and courage, understanding that true authority in the church is expressed through service. When persecution arose, Vincent remained steadfast, strengthening the faithful by his calm trust in God. Arrest and witness. During the persecution under Emperor Diocletian, Bishop Valerius and Deacon Vincent were arrested and brought before the Roman governor Dacian. Because Valerius had difficulty speaking, Vincent courageously spoke on behalf of the church, boldly confessing the Christian faith. Martyrdom. St. Vincent was subjected to cruel tortures meant to break his spirit. Yet, he endured them with remarkable peace and faith, offering his suffering to God. Around the year 304, Vincent died as a martyr, remaining faithful to Christ until his final breath. His death became a powerful testimony that God's strength is made perfect in human weakness. Legacy. Devotion to St. Vincent spread rapidly throughout the Christian world. He is honored as a model deacon, faithful, fearless, and completely devoted to Christ. In the United States, he is widely venerated, especially through churches, parishes, and charitable organizations inspired by his spirit of service. St. Marianne Cope, virgin and servant of the sick, USA, birth and early life. St. Marianne Cope was born Barbara Kube on January 23, 1838, in Heppenheim, Germany. Her family later immigrated to the United States, settling in Utica, New York. From a young age, Marianne learned responsibility, sacrifice, and compassion, often helping to support her family. Religious vocation. Barbara entered the Sisters of St. Francis of Syracuse and took the name Sister Marianne. She embraced religious life with joy, simplicity, and deep trust in God. As a sister, she served as a teacher, hospital administrator, and eventually as Mother Superior, always emphasizing dignity and respect for the poor and sick. Mission to Hawaii. In 1883, Sister Marianne responded to a call to serve people suffering from leprosy, Hansen's disease in Hawaii. At a time when many feared and avoided these patients, she freely volunteered. She went to Molokai, where patients lived in isolation, poverty, and neglect. Life of service and compassion. St. Marianne cared for the sick with tenderness and courage, touching those whom others feared to approach. She defended their dignity, organized proper medical care, and created an atmosphere of family and hope. Remarkably, though she lived and worked closely with those afflicted, she never contracted the disease. Death and canonization. St. Marianne Cope died peacefully on August 9, 1918, in Hawaii. Her life of self-giving love left a lasting legacy. She was canonized in 2012, becoming one of the saints closely associated with the United States, admired for her heroic charity and fearless compassion. Lessons from their lives. True greatness is found in humble service. Love casts out fear. Faithfulness to Christ gives strength in suffering. Service to the poor and sick reveals the heart of the gospel. God calls people from every background to heroic holiness. St. Vincent and St. Marianne Cope lived in very different times, yet they shared the same gospel spirit. One gave his life through martyrdom, the other through daily self-sacrifice. Together, they remind us that holiness is lived wherever love is freely given. A question for meditation: where is God calling me to serve with greater courage, compassion, and trust, following the example of St. Vincent and St. Marianne Cope?